Years ago, my friend Justin LeBar had aspirations of creating a show that analyzed professional wrestling both accurately and fairly. Shortly thereafter, Chairshot Reality was born. Needless to say, Chairshot Reality is going now stronger and harder and better than ever before. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating Justin on 300 episodes of CSR and enjoy Chairshot Reality number 300.
Chairshot Reality, congratulations on your 300th episode. Absolutely amazing. I miss being a part of the show so much. We had so much fun together, me and the guys. Man, do I miss being a part of that team. But now I'm a news reporter at Jet 24 Action News in Erie. We're also the Fox 66 affiliate. And being a part of Chairshot Reality really helped, get me this job and really took off my career. So miss you guys so much. And again, congratulations.
The week-long marathon continues. That's right. Hashtag CSR300 is our 300th episode here at Pittsburgh Point Park University, presented by TagMeADate.com. Go to TagMeADate.com. You can get the first 6 months free to try it. What do you have to lose? First 6 months free if you just enter the code CSR300. Justin LeBar here in the David Allen wardrobe, and over here clowning around, the superfan of all superfans, Frank the Clown, has been with us all week making Survivor Series picks. And now we're going to sit down and we're going to learn a little bit about Frank. Because, Frank, we can't have this interview and not just start it out and say, why are you a clown? Where did this start? What's the origin?
It's the same question I ask myself every day when I wake up.
Have we came up with an answer yet?
Yes, I have a legitimate answer. Long story short, in 2008, I had another friend. His name is Dubs. I give him full credit for this every time. It was before WrestleMania 24 in Orlando. Okay. We were out to eat, and we were thinking of something to stand out at some wrestling show, like a one-time deal, not all the time. And we were just spitballing some wacky ideas out there, and he said, how about we dress as clowns? But he was saying it, just completely joking. And, of course, I was like, bingo, that's it. We're doing it. So we got home, went online, bought these gaudy costumes, shoes, gloves, little hats on top of our wigs. I mean, we looked like idiots. Not that I don't right now, but yeah. And then we went to a show in Grand Rapids, Michigan. It was a SmackDown ECW taping, like a random tape, and we bought front row for it. And we were we're on TV the whole night, and we were getting like reactions from everybody, fans, wrestlers, everybody that was there, and it was a total hit. So we kept rolling with it, and he kind of did his thing, and.
All right, well, that goes to the next common question, which is, obviously you stand out in a crowd when you're dressed like a clown, but you can only stand out and become famous on TV if you're within view of the camera.
Yes.
And you are ringside, facing that camera finds you. What's the secret? How are you getting these tickets, and how do you afford it? What are you doing?
This is off the record. Right?
Nobody, just tell me. I'm just curious.
Yeah, people. That's like the number one question I always get. What's the secret? What's the secret? And like I always say to people, there's no real secret. Nobody ever believes me.
Does WWE help get tickets? I mean,
no.
Which wouldn't be a bad deal if they did, because obviously super fans like yourself and Brock Lesnar guy and John Glick, you guys do nothing but positive for them to show the loyalty to the WWE universe. So what's the deal?
I mean, my thing is, I don't like asking for stuff. Like, I don't like handouts so much. Like, I'm never gonna really go out of my way and be like, hey, I need tickets for this so-and-so event. Like, if it comes down to it, like, there's people I could contact to do stuff. But at the end of the day, I love to support. Right. I'm willing to, shell out some money to go watch something I support because I love it. I've loved it since I was a little kid, and now that I have the opportunity to go to different cities, different shows, and and I've created so many memories and I have so many experiences I'm never going to forget because of that. Right. Like, I'm forever grateful for it, and it's just it's something you're passionate about, and like just as well as I do, like the live shows are incredible. Sure. And some of them can be really bad. Pittsburgh to 2014. But anyways,
still bitter over the Batista win.
I was just watching a video on my phone on the way here today, and it was post Royal Rumble, and it's like me filming Batista in the ring, and I'm just booing, and there's such hate behind it.
Well, and that's the other thing. You've reached your own celebrity status. IWC especially, because they can be very harsh. I know this from 300 episodes of experience. They can be very harsh, but the reality of it is they know who you are. I mean, John frickin' Cena has called you out on Monday Night Raw, so you don't get called out on Raw and on a live promo without having established to be somebody, even if that means a guy in a clown costume. And you see these guys.
Yeah.
They probably see you more than they see some of their family members.
I probably see them sometimes when I see some of my family members. Yeah, it's cool. Like, you know, you develop relationships and networking from going to various cities. And like, if you see the same people over and over, you're going to become familiar with them. So that's just life. And again, I've been very, you know, fortunate to, you know, meet John Cena a number of times and develop a relationship with him, or like, you know, CM Punk. Like, I've been tight with him for, you know, 6-7 years now, and he was my idol, and he still is.
Chicago people.
Yeah, and like, yeah.
Well, speaking
Chicago.
of which, give a plug to your wardrobe
Yes,
providers.
I am wearing a Clothesline Apparel, brand new T-shirts. It is CM Punk vs. Chris Hero from 2003. You can buy it on clothesline.com or Pro Wrestling Tees. I think I have the first one in print. I got it specifically for CSR 300.
We appreciate it. Now, wrapping it up here, if the heel heat wasn't enough of you being at every show looking like whatever people think you look like in a clown costume, then you decide you're going to go out and date the girl that every wrestling single guy is probably like, you know, wishing they had a shot with, and Noelle Foley. Now, we have a newlywed game coming up later this week on CSR 300, so we'll see how strong the relationship really is. But for now, let's settle with, how did this come about? How does the clown end up dating the daughter of a hardcore legend?
Twitter.
Of course.
Twitter is an amazing place, let me tell you. It literally started, I went to a Raw in Des Moines, Iowa, and I sat front row on a television side, and Triple H opened the show with like an in-ring segment with Daniel Bryan, and he basically said how he compared Daniel Bryan to Doink the Clown, how people loved Doink the Clown, he didn't get it. I was sitting front row, and he's like, "You love Doink the Clown, don't you?" They did a tight shot on me. After the show, I get a tweet from her. Never met her, never talked to her in my life. And she said, "I always saw a guy at WWE shows dressed as a clown, and now I know it was Frank, WWE Clown." And she's like, "You were rocking that wig." So I saw the tweet after the show. I'm like, "Oh." As a typical guy,
What's
like,
sexy? What's sexy talk? Huh?
Right, yeah. I'm like, "Oh, she's hot. Okay." And tweeted her back, and I'm like, "I worked this wig for you, Noelle." And I slid into her DMs.
Smooth operator.
And the rest is history, legit. So,
Last question.
here we are.
You always hear stories, you know, a guy goes on the first date, goes to pick up the girl, and dad's at home cleaning the gun. Was dad at home like sharpening barbed wire? Or what was
Yeah,
the-
like he was sitting with Barbie in his hands, and he had like lighter fluid to his left, and he was.
I mean, you've
getting
been a fan
ready
your
to
whole
threaten-
life, and there
Yeah.
you are. I mean, obviously you have some relationship with
Yeah.
him at this point. It's been long enough. What's that?
The first day I met her, I flew out and surprised her, and then like within an hour of physically meeting her for the first time, she's like, "Oh, we're gonna go to my house." I wasn't prepared for this at all, so I'm like, okay, and like I never get starstruck, and I play it cool, and like I gotta be suave and everything. And I walked in the house, and that was it. And like I think I handled it very well, so.
Obviously, so.
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
Here you're on CSR 300 telling the story, and it's all a success so far.
Yes.
Well, we still got a newlywed game coming up in honor of TagMeADate.com. Again, TagMeADate.com, our wonderful sponsor here for CSR 300, where you can meet some fellow companionship over the common love of pro wrestling. Frank the Clown's been with us all week. We appreciated him and Noelle Foley. We got the newlywed game coming up. If you've missed any of our CSR 300 talk, we encourage you to go back, check it out, see how accurate we were or weren't with Survivor Series. More coming up.